Hello beautifuls, my name is Quavia and I'm the creator of JuJu Thyme. In today's video I'm going to channel down a message from the Divine Dark Cosmic Mother and their messengers to better assist us on our journey, on our individual journey towards peace, love, joy, and abundance. As this is a collective message, definitely make sure that you lean into your intuition, lean into your spiritual guides, so that way you can hear the message that they brought you here to listen for, okay? Now, there will be timestamps down below if there's a particular area that you are particularly needing to know any kind of information in, but this will be a full message of the snapshot of what's going on in your journey right now, okay? So let's just jump right on in and get started taking a look at where you are right now. So there's a big emphasis on your mental health right now. This can be in the sense of things keeping you awake, a lot of doubt, a lot of worry. I'm also getting defensiveness as well. It seems like as well something that you've been dealing with for quite some time now. It doesn't feel new. This doesn't feel surprising, but also it just feels a little heavy. It feels a little heavy, and it's moving through me as though it's taking a toll on you, right? Like not dealing with the problem or dealing with the anxiety or the worry or the doubt. It feels as though, yeah, it's beginning to take a toll on you right now. Let's see. So the energy that's currently surrounding you, this would be the Seven of Swords. This energy, there's something very unstable with this energy. It's very deliberate in regards to, in a way, it feels like forcing you to choose which direction and where your energy is flowing. But there's definitely this feeling that's moving through me that it almost feels very trickster-like, and not in a way that will, that should make you feel afraid or anything, but just in a way of this lesson that you have been through before, but it seems like you haven't yet learned it. And a lot of it seems to do with where you put your energy. All right, let's see what's coming into your life. Well, that's beautiful. What's coming into your life is the major arcana, the Star. What's moving through me with this is there is like this second chance. And as I said, you've been through this before. So you know what to do. You know the tools that you need to utilize. And it's this energy that's coming into your life. It's giving you a chance to use these tools and actually put them into practice into your life so that you can begin to stabilize this unstable effort that you've been really putting yourself through. Of where you've been directing this energy that honestly isn't serving you currently. There's just a lot of despair. There's just a lot of, in a way, self-cruelty. where you're putting your energy right now, it makes you put into question your worth. It makes you put into question your value. Okay. So this energy that's currently surrounding you, that's the point. That's the point that they're trying to make. It's coming off very trickster. It's coming off like, oh, I'm going through this again, or this situation is coming up again. But at the root of it, at the root of the lesson, there seems to be a lesson of you truly stepping into your value and your worth. Let's see. I want to know what's the purpose of the Star card. Some more information of the purpose of this coming into your life. Okay, yeah, you have so many swords, so many swords. Okay, so there's definitely a new beginning. So the purpose of this Star card energy coming into your life, right? The purpose of it is to provide you with some kind of new horizon. This is really laying to rest a lot of traditions that you are no longer aligned with, really setting a path for you of recognizing what works for you. Or are you just following what other people are doing? Or are you just following what you've been told to do and things like this? So there is this ruin that is happening, and this ruin is so that way you can start a new horizon in a new, aligned, more authentic path. And this is what this energy that's coming into your life is really wanting you to really focus on. There's also something about negative talk or negative self-talk that's coming up. And I'm feeling like my tongue is very sensitive. So I'm being told that my tongue is sensitive, right? So for those of you watching, I feel like there are a few of you that you have the power of the tongue, meaning what you say really does come to life. And it seems like a lot of your energy, so even because I'm also seeing myself, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm speaking these positive things, but these things are not coming to life. But yet these energies that are really holding you down, that you've been speaking, these tend to come to life. And it seems as though, to my core, I believe these negative things way more than I believe these positive things. So perhaps affirmations is not, though affirmations are very, very powerful, perhaps this is not where you should be starting right now. It doesn't seem like that's where, because I'm sensing that, you know, as I said, what I'm saying in the mirror in this vision that I'm having, I'm not truly believing it, even if I'm saying it. So there's a bit of a disconnect that's happening. And there's a reconnection that is needing to happen. And this energy that's coming into your life is needing to assist you in this energy. So once again, it goes back to the energy that's currently surrounding you. It's unstable. All right, let's look at your physical environment. What is going on in your physical environment? Okay, we have the 5 of Cups. Oh man, okay. So with the Five of Cups, automatically there's a focus, as I was definitely saying. There is a focus on what you've lost. There's a focus on, it's putting a lot of energy into what I don't have, what I need, what's gone wrong, and just energy like this. So yeah, there's definitely this direction that has happened in your life, in your physical environment, that your attention, your energy is really being poured into this loss that you've experienced or that you are experiencing. But I'm getting a sense, as just like I did in the very beginning, it's like this isn't new. It's like oh, that's interesting. It's like I'm used to losing. That's what's moving through me. It's like I'm used to losing, and I don't want to say it's no surprise, but it's almost, it's like the energy is moving through me in a very ironic way. But yeah, there is definitely this misdirection of focus that really needs to be addressed. So without even shuffling more on what's the lesson that your physical environment is trying to show you right off the bat. So yes, there's definitely some mourning that needs to be done, some grieving that needs to be done, absolutely. But there also needs to be a clear recognition of what you do have. And it's not what you want, or once again, it's not affirmations. It's like, you know what's moving through me? It's like my mind is trying to grasp reality. And so there's this, for your physical environment, there needs to be in some way, some kind of grasping of a fact that not even you can shake. There's no aspect of your mind that can shake this fact. It just is, right? And I'm feeling called to talk about my own experience for, as an example, which is very vulnerable. But if that is what I'm being told to do, then I will do it. Okay. So there was a point where I was very upset with my ancestors for various reasons. I'm not feeling called to talk about that, but just to speak on the fact that I was upset at them. And I didn't really care to light candles for them. I wasn't sure if I could trust them. It was a thing, and it's not that it's like, oh, maybe you were talking with the wrong ancestors. No, I speak with very specific ancestors. But anyway, the point is that I felt just very lost. And I went into this thought of like, am I even cared for? Like, does this even matter? Do you all care about me in the first place? Because I didn't feel cared for, right? And there was in that moment, I very clearly started thinking of my great-grandmother, who I knew before she passed. And for the life of me, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't make myself believe that she didn't care for me. It didn't, okay, all the other ancestors, Okay, fine. I could believe it and I convinced myself, absolutely. But I strongly, like my great-grandmother came down very strongly, and it was very clear of, oh really? But it was very loving. It wasn't harsh or anything. And that became my unshakable truth. Is that, okay, everything else in my life seems so being human, obviously, well, at least now, it seems so I can't touch it, right? But this fact was a truth that even I couldn't shake, and so, yeah, I feel called to speak on that because maybe one of you could understand that, just needing, within your practice, whatever your spiritual practice is, whatever spirits you work with or anything of that sort or anything, sometimes it can seem like, what's going on? Like, is this real? Like, even though you have maybe multiple experiences that says yes, but in this moment, it just feels like a loss. And so there's like this need to just go back to that one basic fact that not even you can shake, And so hopefully that story of an experience that I went through has touched someone in understanding, like, yeah, I understand what you mean, But okay, let's look at if there's another lesson that your physical environment is wanting to show you or teach you. Let's see. Okay, we got the Death card. Yeah. So immediately with the Death card, I mean, right off the bat, whether you want it or not, this death that your physical environment is having you go through, basically, is meant to show, well, the lesson is great transformation. The lesson is to accept change. The lesson is to grieve. The lesson is that not everything is understandable. There is some kind of control that I'm feeling move through me that I'm wanting to like maintain, and it's just like I'm feeling like our higher spirits or this energy of the higher spirit is just kind of laughing and is like, no, this is something that you cannot control. But it makes me feel sad, like sadness is moving through me. Because I'm also feeling like if only, and it's, alrighty, sorry about that. Camera cut off, but yeah, like I said, there was a feeling that moved through me that was saying like if only, but it was like no. So basically the lesson of your physical environment, as I spoke on, it's one of grief, it's one of acceptance of change, acceptance of surrender as well, and also grief, just needing to grieve and be okay with not knowing or not having the answer or not knowing the direction, especially if you're needing to give up something to then move into a space that is completely new for you, perhaps. there is a sense of learning to be okay with whatever decision that you need to make or is being made for you. But what's very interesting that I want to speak on with the Five of Cups, your physical environment, because your energy is focusing so much on what is loss without even realizing it, and it's difficult to realize, and by all means take your time, okay? Be gentle with yourself during this time, because it's one thing to say like, oh, you know, there's so much that's around you, but if you're in a state where everything feels gray, then that's okay, all right? But I will be the person in your life that will tell you that there is a bridge to another way. That is what's moving through me to say. I don't know if that makes sense. As an oracle, sometimes I feel like a lot of the things I say don't make sense, but it's not meant to make sense to me. But there's something about a bridge to another way, and it leading you to where you need to be. What is needing to transform out of your life? Okay. So we have the Four of Wands. Well, first and foremost, the first thing I get is a release of control, for sure. A release of control, a release of this idea of perfection, or this idea of how your path should look like. Because what I immediately saw is that there is an individual. So I see an individual and they're walking along their individual path, but they're trying to curate their path as someone else's path. And it's not working. I mean, a few things are working, but it's not working, or it doesn't feel right, or something feels off with it. Yeah, so there's definitely a release of control that is needing to happen. Yeah, a release of, yeah, how the journey is meant to look, or how the end destination is meant to look, or something of that sort, because it definitely feels as though you're being guided and led a way that I don't think not even you can fathom. And it's a little terrifying as well, because if you're walking the road that's less paved, okay, I also heard family. So this also could be walking a path that is very different from your family, or like how you may have grown up, or something along those lines. But just the journey itself looks a lot different. Also, what moved through me just now is someone who is looking at their past and they're just pointing out all the mistakes that they've made. You know, there's just, I'm feeling so much regret move through me. Oh, I should have seen this sooner, or I should have been awakened sooner, or a lot of just regret. A lot of just regret. You know, this is a collective message, but that's the collective feeling. And what that regret is, of course, is different for everybody, but something that you have not yet accepted, and you still look back on it as though it was the worst thing that you could have done for yourself, or something like this. I want to see, why is this important to leave out of your life? Okay, got the Devil card. Why this is so important. Causing your own suffering not realizing that you do have the tools, that you are given the tools that you need, though it may be even just little, and that's fair, but it's knowing that you do have the tools, but the energy is being focused on, oh, there's a lot of language moving through me that I wouldn't normally say. So the word is addiction, right? Or your vices. And this doesn't have, and once again, collective message, different for everybody, but this can be falling back into your vices of food for comfort. This is falling back into vices or addictions of binging Netflix and calling it your relaxing time when really it's just escaping. Really? I mean, that's a very fine line, you know? On this dwelling aspect, for example, this can be this loss of this like feeling of abandonment. And with this feeling of abandonment, there's like this focus on, for example, oh, well, this always happens. I'm always abandoned. It just is what it is. It's just like, but it's feeding into that negative sickness that's been keeping you up at night, that's been causing this kind of despair within your mind. And this energy of like this trickster that I felt in the beginning, this energy's intention is to show you once again what is unstable, what is not working, what is this effort, this force that you've been putting so much energy into that is just not working. So this energy around you, they may be highlighting this, but it's not to pull you deeper into it. It's so that you can finally face it and utilize these tools. Like I said, what's coming into your life is this star, right? The star card comes after the tower. And so there's so much opportunity, second chance, just really this alignment of really giving you this new spark of life that you need. And this refocus also that you need. All right, let's go on to your your spiritual environment. So your spiritual environment is really calling on this energy of like the Two of Wands. So the message that's moving through me is a message of dominion. It's a message of control, but also longing as well. So even spiritually, there seems to be like this longing that you haven't really quite dealt with just yet. Let's get some inner work and outer work, because I feel like we definitely need to be shifting our energy. We need to shift our focus, shift our intentions, really allow this second chance, this opportunity to come in, really allow this energy of death, of transformation to really help us turn ourselves around, to really be able to see this bridge and also grieve and allow space to grieve. And also this energy of, you know, being very aware of our vices during this time, the ways that we use to escape from reality. Because escapism, and when it comes to your spiritual environment, that's where we're falling into. I'm feeling with this Two of Wands, it's a different energy than the normal Two of Wands, but once again, when you channel, it just is. And it seems like there's this escape that is happening even in your spiritual space. So let's look into the inner work and outer work. So for this inner work, we got the Nine of Swords in reverse. And the word is worry. So right off the bat, I mean, it's like if I don't have control, all I'll have is worry. Oh man, okay. So yeah, there's a lot of movement in your inner world that needs to be shifted for sure. But okay, in the outer work. Oh. Okay. This would be the Knight of Cups. Okay, so for the inner work, I feel like we spoke about worry, we spoke about doubt, we spoke about this ending, but the beautiful promise of Nine of Swords in reverse that is moving through me is also the realization that every beginning that you are seeking has to come with an ending. It has to. Okay? So there is this release of worry and this release of control within our spiritual realm that I spoke about earlier, this release of control that needs to definitely be taking place. For this outer work with the Knight of Cups, there's a redefining of love that needs to happen. I'm also seeing as well as a lot of self-care practices that's been abandoned. They need to be reutilized again for yourself. Oh, but that's very interesting because even when I say that, it feels very selfish. So perhaps it's a redefining of how you are needing to love yourself right now. That also needs to happen, it seems like. Yes. And once again, it's this anchor of what is a fact that not even you can shake. Because it seems like at this point, that is the only offer that you have for yourself. And so holding on to this fact will be sort of, well, in this sense, like this chalice that will help you through this period that you're in right now. I just want to pull one more card, just to give us some more of an anchor of what you can be sort of anchoring yourself to during this time. So let's see here, just to assist you, because it is quite heavy. And the anchor is opportunity. So the trigger statement, oh, I feel like I literally was just speaking about this. Oh my goodness, cannot make this up. Okay, so the anchor is opportunity. And the trigger statement is, I doubt it. Which I was speaking about that. It feels, I was literally just speaking about how the idea of opportunity just doesn't feel real. Which is why your affirmations are not working. Even at a spiritual level, there's more energy being put into this false belief or this false fact than any kind of affirmation that you actually say. But the true statement is there is hope. It says there is hope. And the card says, with fresh eyes, see the potential within this situation. That is a sum up, basically, of what I just said. And that is, once again, it's difficult, especially when you're in this Five of Cups type of, like your physical environment is really showing this Five of Cups type of energy. It's difficult, of course. And how you grieve is how you grieve, absolutely. But there is a need to just hold on to that hope. Hold on to that fact that not even you can shake. Okay? So hold on. Your anchor is opportunity. All right, beautiful. So thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that this gave you some guidance to help you shift, reanalyze, and just honestly, I hope that this reading gives just a little bit more hope. Okay? So until the next one, be easy on yourself. Truth and love.